2018 Audi A6 Saloon Review. The good points of Audi A6 Saloon. Better to operate a vehicle than the old one. Ran with cutting-edge tech. Good engines from launch. Simple trim structure. The bad points of Audi A6 Saloon. Extremely predictable styling. Confusing options list. Some navigation issues. Air suspension slightly unsettled. The new Audi A6 is the central arrival within the executive car market up to now in 2018. The new saloon is determined to take on four-door versions from the BMW 5 Series, Mercedes-Benz A-Class and Jaguar XF. It's hugely essential for the company, and clearly has some very capable opposition. So has Audi done enough to create the best car in the market sector? Despite its familiar styling, the 5th generation A6 is all new from your ground up. It advantages from a huge number of changes in general, including its new body and that is larger than before, better engines, plus a more tech-laden interior. Watch Audi A6 Saloon Long-Term Test Review. Watch Audi A6 Avant Estate model just around the corner. Buy Audi A6 cars on the market. It still looks unmistakably Audi, understanding that entails, but provides extensive new, sharp design elements also seen around the fresh Audi A7 Sportback and also the luxurious A8 Saloon. The whole car is long, low and wide. In truth, it's 7 mm longer, however, with a wheelbase extended by 25 mm for increased interior space. It's also 14 mm wider compared to previous generation A6 Saloon, which Audi says is more preferable for handling stability. Its 530-liter boot includes a wider opening therefore. What engines can I get while using new Audi A6 Saloon? The engine range comprises 4 engines offered by launch, 1 petrol and 3 diesels. These are detailed and reviewed inside performance area of this review. You've got to choose 4 suspension configurations, 2 each for sport and S-line trim, and rear wheel steering is undoubtedly an option for the first time too. We've tested pretty much everything extensively inside the handling section. The Audi A6 Saloon Interior Lowdown. Inside, it's classic Audi, it's impeccably well built and appears great. The technology offered here, standard and optional, has some very clever features, including twin touchscreens that work using the virtual cockpit instrument screen and cloud-assisted voice control that accepts natural speech. Tell it you're hot and it'll lower the climate control temperature. There's also more rear leg and shoulder room, and a lot more space for taller passengers' heads. Audi A6 Saloon, price, specification and release date. The latest Audi A6 Saloon will likely be available inside the UK from June 2018, which has a starting cost of around £35,000 for the 40 TDI. UK trims are initially likely to consist of Sport and S-Line, with a lot more to come within the future. We've yet to master exact specifications at time of writing. However, here's that which you know in regards to the kit breakdown up to now. Sport models are certain to get full LED headlights, 18-inch alloys, Audi Drive select drive modes, MMI navigation with twin touchscreens, heated electrically adjustable door mirrors, lane departure warning, automatic braking, cruise control and speed limiter, moving approximately S-line spec. Additionally, net U matrix LED headlights, 10 mm lower sport suspension. S-line body kit with 19-inch wheels. Headlight cleaning system. The verdict. From our initial evaluation, we presume Audi's onto successful here. The new A6 saloon impressed using its drive, its quality and technology. Its Salwachi clear, its outright proficiency will be based on heavily what is the best model you ultimately choose. However, so will should get to grips using the car inside the UK for the extended test to determine if it's of the same quality, or better, compared to BMW 5 Series or Mercedes-Benz A-Class. We're confident its Salwachi surpassed the Jaguar XF, though. Audi A6 Saloon Review. Not the widest selection of engines at launch. No dedicated performance model, yet. Plug-in hybrid to follow along with after initial launch. The entry-level model branded 40 TDI works on the 204 horsepower 2.0-liter diesel, is mated to some 7-speed dual-clutch automatic and is also available with either front or quattro all-wheel drive. The mid-range diesels both use 3.0-liter V6 units, with all the 45 TDI producing 231 horsepower, though we're unclear if this is arriving at the UK yet, plus the 50 TDI making 286 horsepower. These engines are for sale in all-wheel drive form only and are also connected to an 8-speed automatic. The top-of-the-range petrol for the time being, until S6 and RS6 versions arrive, can be a 3.0-liter V6 that's great for 340 horsepower and, such as base diesel offering, runs on the 7-speed dual-clutch gearbox for better performance. An entry-level 2.0-liter TFSI petrol all means being considered, but there isn't any A6s with manual gearboxes. Economy figures aren't quoted yet, but all engines use mild hybrid technology to help you aid in keeping fuel economy high and emissions low. The mild hybrid system 12V for that 40 TDI, 48V for that rest from the range allows the A6 Saloon to coast between 34 and 99 miles per hour once the accelerator isn't being pressed for your extra little fuel saving, and allows the start-stop system to kill and quickly re-engage the engine smoothly. If you need to be much more environmentally friendly than that, you'll need to wait. Audi happens to be gauging whether or not to add a plug-in hybrid to kids, which might be a rival to your BMW 530i Performance Saloon. Audi A6 Saloon 2018, engines evaluated. We've driven 3 versions in the A6. As well as the overriding impression is the fact that there's been enough of an improvement here to be concerned the very best inside the class. It's still not quite as sharp steering like a 5 Series, but it's noticeably more engaging to push, comfier and features more relevant tech. We've tried 3 engine options, here I will discuss our notes. Audi A6 40 TDI Quattro, our choice from the launch lineup. This engine has plenty of power for some users, yet is quiet and refined for the move. Audi A6 50 TDI Quattro, if you're from a bit more power and theater, this 0.0-liter V6 diesel does the work nicely. However, its appeal is fixed by higher fuel economy and tax costs, along together with the associated sticker price. Audi A6 55 TFSI Quattro, this one's more challenging to make a case for. It's effectively a halfway house prior to the higher performance A6 models arrive, and although it's very efficient, it will sound particularly interesting. It's actually better driven slowly, have fun with the quieter engine note compared with all the diesels. All in the above engines have mild hybrid technology that allows the car to coast at some speeds with all the engine off. This feels strange to start with. However, you soon enjoy it and learn drive an automobile around the insufficient engine braking. Not quite as sharp as 5 Series, but closer than in the past. 4 suspension options to choose between. Optional rear wheel steering impresses. We had the chance to try 3 and the 4 available suspension configurations during our first drive. At its May 2018 launch, Sport designs have the option of either standard steel-sprung suspension, that's the one we've yet to use, or electronically controlled adaptive damping that work very well indeed, absorbing bumps along with any other car from the sector in comfort, though we found the steering too light with this drive mode, and eradicating excess body roll in Sport. However, on S-Line cars confusingly you've got 2 different alternatives. Standard fit is 10 mm lower as opposed to Sport setup already stated, and also rights must be firmer, but we tried this and were highly impressed, which consists of performance around the sometimes terribly surfaced roads we drove it on. Forget the old school S-Line suspension having its spine-crippling ride. The newest effort is definitely an impressive compromise between comfort and handling. We'd follow this if ordering in S-Line. That's considering that the other option is surely an air spring setup, even though the gulf between comfort and dynamic felt the widest of most configurations. In comfort there were a slightly unsettled ride common to many similar air setups. Small imperfections make a shimmy through the automobile that never generally seems to stop, therefore we reckon after 100 miles possibly even it could become very tiring. The low-speed ride is impressive, however, therefore if you're buying an A6 for predominantly lower speed driving then it could possibly still be considered a decent box to tick. We were very impressed with all the way Audi has re-engineered the rear wheel steering, though. In some cars these kinds of system can appear very unnatural or occasionally counterintuitive, but within this case it's cleverly judged. At lower speeds this means the A6 carries a turning circle only slightly greater than an A3, as the back wheels can steer inside the opposite direction to your front. Go quicker and you'll notice extra stability, therefore confidence, because those rear wheels turn with all the front. It was only during second and third gear hairpin corners where we actually noticed much difference at all from the way the auto handles. It feels a little such as engine accelerates mid-bend as your cornering speed increases quicker than expected. You'll need to really concentrate to remember that, though. Attracting but busy cockpit. Typical Audi fit and take care of. Impressive tech to be had. The A6's cockpit is really a lovely location to be. Like the A7 and A8, there's a twin-screen infotainment system named MMI Touch that reserves the top of screen for navigation, media and vehicle controls, together with the lower used for seating and ventilation switches. The system advantages of user-sourced traffic data from mapping specialists here to give you the very best route. Plus there's the choice for remote parking in bays or perhaps your own garage, as well as the ability to utilize an Android smartphone because your car key. While undoubtedly impressive in their list of features, there we were disappointed around the initial launch that has a sedan very often delivered instructions so late we missed our turning. This could be region specific, however, so we'll reserve final judgment until we've driven the A6 for longer within the UK. Lesser details within the A6's cabin include illuminated seatbelt sockets, textured wood veneers, a more recent generation of Audi's virtual cockpit digital instrument display, plus a chunky automatic selector. Voice control is really a key feature here too, with Audi's latest cloud-assisted natural language database helpful to make things as elementary as possible. We think it is great news, as the twin-screen setup takes a amount of getting used to. It's worth noting here that unlike BMW's, the head-up display inside A6 doesn't display properly if you're wearing polarized sunglasses. It's there, but so dim it's barely usable. A seriously comfortable car. Suspension choice dependent. Double glazed windows cut noise considerably. This is one with the A6 saloon's strongest points. The front seats we've sampled until now have been excellent, which has a huge range of adjustability and great support. To date we've only tried cars with optional double glazed windows, so naturally you'd expect its quiet inside cabin, but even still we had arrived impressed with how isolated we felt through the outside world. None from the engines are particularly loud inside the vehicle, that's another advantage, and there's acres of room for 4 adults to acquire comfortable. Take note of our own comments inside handling section in regards to the suspension setup we'll need, they affect comfort too. Great range of standard kit. Optional extras can push price up. Sport and S-Line trims from launch. Audi hasn't released precise specifics of what can occur each on the 2 trims, Sport and S-Line, but we've listed the basic principles below. Standard Audi A6 saloon equipment. On Sport trim you may expect LED headlights, 18-inch wheels, Audi Drive select drive modes, twin touchscreen MMI touch multimedia system, front and rear parking sensors, rear view camera, electrically adjustable front sports seats with heating, leather upholstery, climate control. Moving around S-Line specification ads. Matrix LED headlights, LED day running lights, sport suspension, S-Line body kit, 19-inch alloys, headlight cleaning system, Audi A6 saloon, optional extras. There a large amount to choose from within the 2018 A6. Highlights include larger 20 and 21-inch alloy wheel designs, Ford's own climate control, adaptive air suspension, remote boot opening from key, 2 Bang & Olufsen upgraded sound systems, all-wheel steering, LED interior lighting pack, larger 73-liter fuel tank, HD matrix LED headlamps with directional indicators, head-up display, heated tire, higher quality leather, night vision displayed on virtual cockpit, panoramic glass roof, automatic parking, power door closure, powered tailgate, privacy glass. No Euro NCAP crash test rating yet. Vast suite of driver assistance kit. The A6 should certainly be a safe family car. There's every reason to anticipate the A6 are going to be a safe vehicle, even if it hasn't been tested by Euro NCAP at this time. Previous versions happen to be impressive with this regard, and Audi has added a huge array more kit to your 2018 car. Standard safety kit includes side, front, rear and head airbags, front and rear parking sensors, rear view parking camera, full automatic LED headlights, automatic emergency braking, lane departure warning, cruise control with speed limiter. On top of that, are mainly available as optional extras. Matrix or HD matrix LED headlights, headlamp cleaning system, traffic sign recognition, head-up display. This doesn't use polarized sunglasses, though. Night vision, displayed on virtual cockpit. Automatic parking. Rear side airbags. You've also got the City Assist Pack, which had sensors that could stop your vehicle moving a collision is detected, as well as the Driver Assistance Tour Pack, which nets you adaptive cruise control, an element to tell you to take your foot from the throttle to avoid wasting fuel, lane departure warning, traffic sign recognition and automatic high beam headlights. More room for passengers. Wider boot opening. Shouldn't be troublesome to park. The A6's cabin is larger than before and also cleverly designed, that helps to maximize practicality. Our testers noted it's simple for tall adults to take a seat lineage turn with ample leg and headroom, though the middle back seat can be a little snug and possibly best used to the armrest hidden in the back, which features a cubby and a couple of cup holders. You've got 2 more cup holders beforehand, a covered cubby between front seats and generously sized glove box and door pockets. The 2018 Audi A6 not only incorporates a larger overall boot capacity compared to the previous model, and what the same size became its main rival the BMW 5 Series, but it's also got a wider opening, at 1,194 mm. A powered bootlid is definitely an optional extra, and will be remotely operated via the auto's key. The rear seats will fold down as standard, and it's likely a ski hatch will likely be available too. The 2018 Audi A6 not only includes a larger overall boot capacity versus the previous model, what the same size became its main rival the BMW 5 Series, but it's also got a wider opening, at 1,194 mm. A powered bootlid can be an optional extra, which enable it to be remotely operated via the automobile's key. The rear seats will fold down as standard, and it's likely a ski hatch is going to be available too.